Do you remember any like verbiage from the post that now has become Fear Not Ourselves Alone?
Queen's indie punk band.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's something I want to do.
Do you need a new favorite band? How about the last punk band from Queens, New York, otherwise known as Fear Not Ourselves Alone?
Without you, by my side.
Fear Not Ourselves Alone are bringing an incredibly unique energy to the concept of emo music, pulling in influences from all over the place and channeling an unbelievably captivating intensity all the while. I got to catch up with them before a recent show in Brooklyn, where I asked them about their origin story and much, much more.
It starts out 2016, 2017, and I had another project that had ended, and I had just been in another band, but then I just wanted to get more and be like a principal songwriter again. I'd been playing with the same people for like almost a decade, and I was like, I know John through school, and he told me once he plays guitar, let's see how that goes. I threw 6 songs at him the first day we ever played together. He did so well, and he was overwhelmed the entire time. I'm like, all right, sounds great. I'll see you next time. Gio, who plays bass in our band, was my internet bully for a few years because we worked for rival/friendly music blogs. As a New Yorker, you get to go to museums for free. I'm coming home from an event one day. To use the bathroom really bad. I'm on the 7 train, and I'm like, I'm on the 7 train. Let me go to MoMA PS1. I can probably use the restroom for free there. I run into Gio of all people, and we're like, hey. He's like, do you want to hang out? I'm like, I use the bathroom. I'm free. Let's do it. We had just such like a good time, and we kind of just kept hanging out at least like once a month after that. And I needed a bassist. Gio, I knew, played bass. Eric was the latest addition to our band. I met Eric through Craigslist, which is like wonderful. And Eric is actually going to publish like a really cool zine one day on like Craigslist bands because he's been in a lot of them, I learned, like immediately.
So I lived in New York City for about 11 years now. I have answered many. I think probably something like maybe 24 in the last like 11 years.
Our first practice together was just one-on-one, and he says, what are your intentions with me? And I was like, and I was so intimidated, but I was just very transparent. And I'm like, it's me. And then we had some more people, but the pandemic, and then we've kind of gone different ways. But John's nice, and you'll meet Gio. We live together. I had showed him some songs that we'd been like workshopping, and it was actually Eric that just pushed through and kind of completed them. Our latest album that is currently being mastered, a result of just 4 people just really in like a room together writing songs together. We have one song that we've been playing a lot live called Government Funded Songwriter. We would meet almost like every week for like 2 months, and it was just like, let's throw this idea at it, let's throw this idea at it. And there's so many like starts and stops in it. And I wrote it initially as like a little like folky, really verse chorus song, and then we made it into this like really intense maze by just like changing it like every 20-30 seconds. And that just came from workshopping and just everyone like inputting ideas. And again, is why I say like this new record's a lot of just like all 4 of our voices, I think, coming through in our songs.
I love playing drums, and I feel like one thing the pandemic has like taught me is that we like did not get like enough time to do things that we love. And for me, like playing live music, not being able to do that for 3 years was like really brutal. You know, we're all living under capitalism. I think it's like really important that everybody spend a little time doing something they love. There's nothing else I'd rather do than play drums and play live music. So I got to do that at least a little bit.
From like a self-interested mindset, I'm really interested in playing music to like build self-confidence in expressing myself. But from the perspective of like actually going out and challenging myself to go and play music in front of other people, I feel like I really appreciate like the community aspect. I was talking about on the way here how much I like shows where there's no stage, because it feels like we're all just on the same level, and there's no like boundary between the performers and the audience, because yeah, it feels like a very like community thing.
I used to be a music blogger. A big piece of that for me was just I never wanted to write a negative review about something. From my perspective and just covering the New Jersey scene, a small band can be anyone's favorite band. It could be the reason they keep going out to a show, why they get more involved in the scene. And I'm really fortunate to play with folks who are so invested in music, who really resonate with me on that message. I want to give it my all every single time that I play. I want to make sure that the crowd is having as much fun as we are and give them another reason to keep supporting the scene.
I really try to bring a lot of like intensity to our performances. I really try to make it seem like we're almost like on a roller coaster, and it's like shaky, and like it could come apart at any moment, but it's because it's people playing together. It's like a real like live thing. Oftentimes after our sets, people are just kind of like, oof, like everyone kind of needs to take a breath, and I really appreciate that, and we do that, I think, just through our performance, but also like our songs. We really try to like not pigeonhole ourselves too much. Like we'll take from like a lot of different rock subgenres, like take a little bit from indie, take a little bit from emo, from screamo, from punk, pop punk, just to like, there's all these like really rich like hooks across rock subgenres, and rock music can still be very intelligent and interesting and like moving. So both just in performance and sonically, I think we try to bring that.